Hey, Patriots fans, let's dive straight into the latest updates surrounding New England because there's a lot happening defensively that deserves a closer look. One of the most glaring issues has been the pass defense, which has been far from ideal through the first few weeks of the season. While the run defense has been reasonably solid, giving up only around 60 yards per game, it's the struggles in the air that have really exposed this team. The Patriots currently sit near the bottom of the league in passing defense rankings, and it's clear that they need some adjustments to get back to the level we know they can reach. The last game only reinforced that concern, with multiple defensive lapses and players struggling to hold up under pressure. Alex Austin, for example, was expected to step in and be a reliable option while Christian Gonzalez was sidelined, but things did not go as planned. After committing a pass interference and a defensive holding penalty on just the first two drives, he was quickly pulled. It was not a good look, and it highlighted just how much the team relies on key pieces to maintain stability in the secondary. Marcus Jones has been doing everything he can, playing every snap, and Carlton Davis has also been working hard, even though he allowed a touchdown and was flagged on a questionable penalty. The takeaway here is simple. The Patriots need Christian Gonzalez back at full strength as soon as possible because he provides the kind of stability and coverage ability that this defense desperately requires. In the meantime, the Patriots made a smart move to strengthen depth by signing Tyron Herring. Now, some might laugh or underestimate this move, but when you look at the defensive needs, it actually makes sense. The team needed to address a critical gap without overhauling the lineup completely. And Herring brings solid size at 6'1", 202 pounds, with experience handling 50-50 balls in college and strong performance in the East-West Shrine Bowl. He wasn't drafted, and he spent some time with the Packers practice squad, but acquiring a player like him gives the Patriots flexibility and a safety net. It's not about him being the instant solution, but rather about having another potential contributor and getting eyes on a player who could help in the future. Depth matters in the NFL, and smart roster moves like this can pay off when injuries or underperformance hit. Looking at the defensive numbers more broadly, the pass defense has been the Achilles heel. Giving up over 256 yards per game through the air and multiple touchdowns already, the Patriots have struggled to contain quarterbacks consistently. Meanwhile, the rushing defense has been impressive, allowing just over 60 yards per game and only 2 rushing touchdowns, which is among the better marks in the league. It's interesting because it shows that the team can perform at a high level in one phase, but the total defense suffers when the passing game dominates. Overall, opponents have been able to exploit coverage gaps, forcing the Patriots to scramble for solutions, whether through lineup changes, adding players to the practice squad, or adjusting schemes week to week. Tyron Herring's addition to the practice squad is one of those subtle moves that doesn't make headlines immediately, but is strategically sound. It's about building options, giving coaches more flexibility, and preparing for scenarios where starters might be injured or struggling. The ideal scenario, of course, is Gonzalez returning to full health and resuming his role in the secondary. But until that happens, having Herring as a backup or developmental player adds value. The team can observe him in practice, see how he adapts to NFL speed, and determine if he can contribute in certain packages or special teams. NFL rosters are about managing potential and preparing for the unexpected, and this move fits that philosophy perfectly. Despite the struggles in the passing game, it's not all doom and gloom. There are bright spots in the defensive performance, particularly in stopping the run. The Patriots have done an excellent job limiting yardage on the ground, forcing opponents to pass more often, which ideally should allow the secondary to adjust and improve over time. The challenge remains, however, that pass coverage errors have led to big plays and touchdowns, and this is the main factor hurting the team's overall defensive ranking. The coaching staff has been proactive in seeking solutions, whether through adjustments in coverage schemes, player rotations, or adding promising talent to the practice squad. These decisions may not pay immediate dividends, but in the long run, they provide the team with options that could be crucial down the stretch of the season. The offense has its own challenges as well, particularly with ball security, but today the focus is on the defense because it is the more pressing issue. Teams like the Cowboys and others in the league have already exploited New England's secondary multiple times, and it has become a recurring theme that cannot be ignored. When you combine that with injuries and underperformance from some key pieces, it's clear that the Patriots need a mixture of health, development, and smart roster management to stabilize the defense. The team has shown that it can identify weaknesses and make strategic moves, which is promising for fans who want to see improvement in the coming weeks. Christian Gonzalez's expected return is perhaps the single most significant factor in this discussion. His presence provides confidence not just in the secondary, but across the entire defensive unit. Until he returns, the team must rely on backups and developmental players like Herring, while also hoping that others like Jones and Davis can maintain high-level performance. The first few games have demonstrated the impact that a key defensive player can have, and it's clear that the Patriots are taking proactive steps to ensure they are not left vulnerable against high-powered passing attacks. Even with these challenges, there is reason for optimism. The coaching staff has been making subtle but effective roster decisions, looking for players who can make a difference in practice and, eventually, in games. Herring's addition is a reflection of that mindset. By focusing on depth and potential, the Patriots are preparing for a long season where injuries, performance issues, and matchups will constantly test the team. This is the kind of foresight that separates good organizations from great ones. And while the defensive struggles are evident, the team is actively working to address them. Looking ahead, it will be fascinating to see how the defense adapts over the next few games. The hope is that with Christian Gonzalez back and players like Herring integrated into the mix, the Patriots can tighten up coverage, reduce big plays, and become a more balanced defensive unit. The rush defense has already shown that it can perform at a high level, so if the pass defense improves, the team could quickly rise in defensive rankings. The key is consistency and minimizing mistakes, especially in critical situations where every play counts. The first few weeks of the season have been a learning experience. Some players have stepped up admirably, while others have struggled. But the overall strategy seems clear: build depth, focus on fundamentals, and integrate promising talent where possible. The Patriots are taking the right steps to address their defensive weaknesses without panicking, and that is crucial in a league where patience and smart roster management often lead to success. Now, shifting focus a bit, while the defense has been the headline issue, there's also the matter of evaluating individual performances and how they impact the team's trajectory. Take Charles Woods, for instance. Not many expected him to see significant snaps at corner, yet circumstances forced his hand, and he was thrown into the mix sooner than anticipated. While he has shown flashes of potential, it also underscores how the Patriots have had to rely on depth players unexpectedly, often exposing them to situations that test their skills and decision-making under pressure. That unpredictability can be a double-edged sword, offering opportunities for development, but also creating vulnerabilities that opponents are quick to exploit. The key moving forward will be how the coaching staff manages these rotations and ensures that the players entering high-stakes situations are prepared and supported by the rest of the unit. The situation with Alex Austin remains a cautionary tale. Expectations were high coming out of training camp and preseason, and there was hope that he could fill in effectively while Gonzalez was out. Yet a couple of mistakes early in the game led to him being pulled, demonstrating the unforgiving nature of the league. Mistakes at the professional level are costly, especially in the secondary, where even minor lapses can result in touchdowns or long gains that swing momentum. However, it's important to note that these experiences, while challenging, also provide invaluable learning opportunities. Young players like Austin now have a clearer understanding of the speed, precision, and mental focus required to succeed in the NFL. It may take time, but with proper guidance, there is potential for growth, and the Patriots are clearly investing in that developmental process. Meanwhile, Marcus Jones has been the steady presence many hoped for, playing virtually every snap and giving maximum effort. His ability to perform consistently, even in a defense that has struggled overall, highlights the importance of having reliable athletes who can anchor the unit. Similarly, Carlton Davis has had moments where he has been tested and even faltered, but his experience and leadership provide stability in what has been otherwise a turbulent defensive environment. These players are crucial not just for their individual contributions, but also for mentoring younger teammates and setting a standard for preparation and resilience. In a league where the margin for error is razor thin, those intangibles can be just as significant as the physical talent on the field. The signing of Tyron Herring is particularly interesting because it reflects a proactive approach to roster management. While he is not expected to immediately transform the secondary, his presence on the practice squad gives the coaching staff an additional option and creates competitive pressure for other players to perform. Herring's background, including his performance at Delaware and participation in the East-West Shrine Bowl, suggests that he has the skills and size to be a contributor. But the NFL is a different environment altogether. His quickness may be a challenge, but with proper coaching, practice, and game exposure, there's potential for him to develop into a situational player or even more over time. These subtle roster moves are often overlooked by casual fans, but can make a significant difference in the long-term stability of the team. Analyzing the numbers further, the total defense has been affected heavily by passing struggles. While rushing defense has been efficient, allowing only around 60 yards per game and 2 rushing touchdowns, the inability to consistently stop the pass has inflated the overall yardage and touchdown totals allowed. Teams have already taken advantage, scoring multiple passing touchdowns, and this has a direct impact on the Patriots' defensive rankings. The lesson here is that balance is critical. A strong run defense can only do so much if the secondary cannot maintain coverage over the long stretches of the game. It is a reminder that football is the ultimate team sport, where individual excellence in one area cannot fully compensate for systemic weaknesses elsewhere. As the team looks ahead, the coaching staff's approach appears methodical. Rather than making drastic, reactionary changes, they're focusing on incremental improvements, depth development, and strategic additions. The hope, of course, is that Christian Gonzalez returns fully healthy and provides immediate improvement. But even in his absence, the team is taking steps to address vulnerabilities and prepare for various scenarios. These adjustments are essential because NFL seasons are long and unpredictable, and injuries or inconsistent performances can rapidly alter a team's prospects. Depth, readiness, and strategic planning are what separate teams that merely survive from those that compete consistently for championships. Looking at upcoming matchups, the importance of a stable secondary cannot be overstated. Quarterbacks are quick to exploit coverage gaps, and without reliable cornerbacks, the defense is at a disadvantage before the first snap. It's encouraging that the Patriots are investing in potential talent and preparing to rotate players effectively to minimize exposure. While the current rankings in passing defense are concerning, the proactive measures, including integrating players like Herring and maintaining focus on fundamentals, suggest that improvement is possible. The team is not panicking. Instead, they are methodically addressing weaknesses while keeping long-term success in mind. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. And what might be the most shocking moment of the NFL season so far? Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel appeared to lose his composure during a live broadcast, sending shockwaves through the fan base and igniting a whirlwind of speculation across social media. Sources close to the team report that Vrabel, usually composed and measured in interviews, unexpectedly expressed his desire for a particular player to leave the New England roster, though he stopped short of naming the individual. The incident occurred during what was intended to be a routine post-practice interview, but what unfolded was anything but routine. Eyewitnesses described Vrabel's tone as unusually intense, even bordering on frustrated, as he gestured emphatically while discussing the team's current dynamics. "I just think sometimes things aren't working out the way they should," Vrabel said before abruptly adding, "It might be better for everyone if certain situations changed." Though cryptic, the statement sent fans and analysts into a frenzy, attempting to decode which Patriots player might be on the hot seat. Veteran insiders suggest that this could involve a high-profile figure on the roster, possibly someone whose performance or attitude has recently raised concerns within the organization. The Patriots locker room has historically maintained a culture of discipline and mutual accountability, making Vrabel's outburst all the more striking. For years, the coach has been praised for his calm leadership and strategic mind, which has led the team to consistent playoff appearances. To see him publicly suggest that a player's departure might be necessary is virtually unprecedented and could signal a major shakeup ahead of the upcoming season. Social media erupted almost immediately, with fans speculating wildly about who could be leaving. Some point to recent rumors about contract disputes, while others believe it's tied to on-field performance or off-field behavior. NFL analysts are weighing in, emphasizing that while Vrabel's comments are unusual, the NFL is no stranger to mid-season roster adjustments, and the Patriots have a history of bold, sometimes shocking moves. As of now, the team has declined to comment further, leaving the public to piece together the clues for Vrabel's live outburst. One thing is clear. The Patriots' offseason could be far more turbulent than anyone anticipated. If Vrabel's hints materialize into action, the NFL landscape and the Patriots' strategy may be facing a dramatic twist that fans will be talking about for months. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.